Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. You are here in the home of the slightly above average ship review. Today we are in a capture the base match on the Atlantic down tier in the campaign reward ship of the current campaign, the French tier 7 battleship Flandre. Yes, the Flandre. It is quite the ship. We are going to have an interesting match in this ship. The Flandre, think of it as a French battleship built the way the United States builds their battleships. In fact, the Flandre reminds me a lot of the U.S. battleships due to its gun arrangement. You got two triple turrets forward, one is super firing, and one triple turret to the rear, as opposed to the 8 gun barrels forward on the Richelieu or the JAUJARD. 380 caliber guns, same as the Richelieu and the JAUJARD. I do not know about the Gascon because I did not acquire that. Champagne obviously has larger caliber guns. So we are using Robert JAUJARD as our commander, the accuracy commander. We're going to do a little bit of range shooting. Here is the enemy Flandre starting off doing what I would consider to be an ill-advised move, which is to charge straight at the enemy team. I just don't know. Maybe one of his friends dared him to do this to see how long he could last. So with these French ships, the higher tier battleships, I like to play them towards the end of the max range, even though dispersion and shell grouping, not necessarily the greatest, even with a 16-3 commander. So here we're lobbing shells at the Flandre, and I'm endeavoring to use this range whenever I can. Although, you'll see as this match goes on, I wasn't really given a choice by the red team. And so we tried to make that work out. Here I think he altered his speed or turned to avoid this island or something. Ran into the island. Our shells totally missed. That we had shot earlier at least. So we'll shoot some more here, and you know, they don't really do a whole lot except for make nice splashy things around him. I mean, allegedly we hit him for about 10k damage, but you know, so far I just don't think we've been very effective against this ship. Here you can see though, he does have a speed boost. I think he used it here. I'm lining up what I think is a pretty good shot for a not at full speed battleship, and by the time the shells get there, he has already left them in the dust. So be advised, if you are fighting a Flandre and it's presenting this kind of profile, you definitely want to give it the 2 full clicks ahead, if not even a little bit more, if he has that speed boost going. Nevertheless, that Flandre is the first ship killed. And may that be a lesson to you Flandre owners out there. Don't play like that guy just did. All right. Nothing personal, guy. But when you charge the enemy base like that, I mean, maybe you wanted to go back to the port. Maybe your girlfriend offered you, I don't know, you know, some intimate time in exchange for getting off World of Warships. Who knows the reason why that Flandre did what they did. But you could say that in any World of Warships game at any time. I hope you're really enjoying the content this week. Had a nice video to start off with the tech tree spotlight of the Richelieu. We've got this match in the campaign ship, the Flandre, on Wednesday for Warship Wednesday. And on Friday, we've got a kind of a meme build, a stealth Yamato Kraken, if you can wrap your head around that. Stealth concealment Yamato. Yes, it's true. I wouldn't lie about something like that. As you know, I'm just an average player in World of Warships Legends. My goal in this match is to show you the capabilities of the Flandre in the hands of an average player, which clearly I am. All right, we've got a Montana over here. I believe also a couple of Bismarcks. Maybe at some point a Worcester will come stick his nose into our business. We are over here holding the flank with the Yamato. I will say right in the beginning, I could not have held the flank if it was just me, but the Flandre and the Yamato make a pretty good duo here. As you will see, we will turn back the enemy's push to this side of the map. Now, I intentionally run into the rocks here because I don't want to go out there and end my life. I'm using this island to the port side to shield us from, I think it's a GK maybe, or whatever that ship is with the star next to its icon. And there's another ship over there as well on the minimap. Trust me, it's there. So we're going to get first crack at this Bismarck here, who is coming out, and we are going to start by shooting that rock right there in the camera view. Yep, we got it. We also hit the Bismarck and did a little teeny bit of damage. As you can see, we've got a Montana over there. Quite frankly, Montana, not very impressive. Just my opinion. Damage potential's there, but it has pretty weak armor in my opinion. To do the damage, you got to put yourself open for damage. Speaking of open for damage, that Bismarck gave us some broadside. We did about 11k and change, and we got the Yamato over here backing us up. Here comes a Kajiro. Now I know you're wondering how this ship is going to perform against a destroyer in close quarters. Well, right there, our secondaries set the Kajiro on fire, takes a little bit of damage from the Yamato, gets smashed by the Yamato, and we finish him off for the first kill. Nothing wrong with starting the day off with the destroyer kill, that's for sure. And he didn't even shoot torpedoes at me. He shot some at the Yamato. Hopefully the Yamato is okay. Clearly I'm very concerned because I don't check on the Yamato's health at all. Alright, here comes the Worcester. Worcester Mass. I don't know what it's famous for. I've probably been there a few times. Worcester sauce. Worcester, wash your sister sauce. Anyways, some Citadel hits there. Yeah, the Worcester's really not meant to push the flank like that. It's more meant to hide behind these islands and throw HE spam at people.
The ship is on fire.
So you can set me on fire, Worcester. You can use that radar or sonar or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, I think the Worcester gets deleted here. He does, by the Yamato. All right. All right, Montana next up to bat. And these guys are making the mistake of they're going one at a time. If they had all pushed at the same time, probably would have gotten a different outcome. Bismarck would have been able to throw some torpedoes out there, would have to give some broadside to this Montana maybe. It would have been way more successful if they all came at the same time. But they did not. And so by coming one-on-one, it's really one-on-two. You can see we punished the Montana there as well as the Yamato, continuing to punish the Montana. And we got pretty good reload with these French guns, I would say. I want to say it's around 20-something seconds. Anyway, we're going to lob some shells over the corpse of the Worcester here and take out the Montana with another hit Citadel. Alright, so that's 3 down. Now we got a Bismarck. 3 down, not for us, but 3 down for the 2 of us. Me and my homie, the Yamato, holding the flank. Alright, Bismarck, a little late to the party, but that's okay. He is already just above half health.
I need intelligence.
And he's sailing broadside is not a great idea at any ship. No problem doing damage there. It takes a little more damage from the Yamato. So even though these guns, technically 380 is considered low caliber for the tier, JAUJARD's base trait allows you to get pens there. You know, the Bismarck just got wrecked by the Yamato, and I think we're going to finish him off here. So turnabout's fair play. We've been damaging some ships, and the Yamato's been finishing them off. And now the Yamato damaged the ship, and we did not finish him off. I don't know. I thought we killed him there. I guess I was wrong. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry about penetration on this thing unless you're facing a severely angled target or icebreaker bow. You know, we hazarded that salvo from the Bismarck pretty well. And we'll finish him off right here with this one. Alright, I think that is kill number 3. Okay, so we hit our speed boost. We hit our speed boost. I think we're about to hit our heel. And we're coming around the mountain here. You know, the enemy is up by 1 ship. I think that's going to be very briefly up by 1 ship. So we're trying to push the action here. Just the Yamato, myself, and the aircraft carrier here on the blue team. The red team still has one destroyer left. And is that also a Bismarck that just got punished by someone? Probably by the Yamato. And then he gets finished off by the aircraft carrier. So yeah, now it's 3-on-3. So there is another Yamato to the starboard side, even though I'm not going to aim at him and show you it's a Yamato. We got in under those shells, did take a little bit of damage there. You can see the carrier airplanes. I've shot down one so far. Just keep an eye on that. So here's a great thing about the speed of these French ships. If you don't take gyrating drill bits, you can be fast enough to avoid all but one torpedo out of a Russian torpedo spread from those carrier planes. So you're quick enough in the ship to speed through torpedoes, just like that earlier Flandre drove through our salvo and kind of landed harmlessly to the rear. So I think initially a lot of people will underestimate the speed of your ship. So I use Geprat as an inspiration on JAUJARD, and I use crisscross instead of gyrating drill bits because I'm taking advantage of all that speed that we can muster. Okay, so we see a smoke screen out here. I'm imagining the destroyers nearby. We are spotted. Again, I'm also imagining the destroyer is spotting us. We hit our heel to kind of boost up in case torpedoes are in the water, which they may be or may not be. I don't remember anymore. It's been so long. Starting to shoot down some airplanes here. The Flandre has really nice AA. It is not at the level of Jean Bart, but it is very close. If I'm remembering correctly, the AA rating is 94 for this ship. All right, we're going to fling some shells at the Fletcher out here, really hoping for my 4th kill. Unfortunately, I leave him hanging on a thread, and I believe the carrier finishes him off there. So that was disappointing, but I'm still pretty happy about it because we got out of the way of all those torpedoes. So just the enemy Yamato and the enemy carrier, we have clawed back and taken the lead against the enemy team. Now I know our friendly Yamato is on the other side of this rock. We're going to come around the side here and flank the red team Yamato. I maybe wish I still had a speed boost left because it would certainly make that a lot easier. But now you're going to start to see the anti-air power of the Flandre in clear focus. I think we have 13 airplanes shot down to this point. And you can see those numbers just piling up on the right side of the screen as the enemy carrier continues to fling airplanes at us. There's the clear sky medal. And, you know, I'll just say for the record, I believe clear sky, like Devastating Strike, should be a medal you can get multiple times, or there should be a gold tier level of clear sky with 50 airplanes shot down or something like that. I'm just spitballing, throwing out ideas here. But at the end of the day, we end up shooting down a ton of airplanes in this ship, so don't feel the need to get a fighter going on. All right, we punch the Yamato really hard. He gets finished off by our teammate, but our teammate Yamato gets taken out as well. And Kraken unleashed for the red team Yamato. So at the very least, good game to that player, as well as our homie in the Yamato, our teammate, who helped us have a really good match. Thanks a lot, man. We held the flank. That can only be done through good teamwork. I don't use voice comms, so I'm really glad I didn't have to send that guy a lot of messages. He understood what was going on and did it, and we didn't need to communicate to get it done. I hate to say how rare that is, but it is extremely rare in World of Warships Legends to get a teammate who understands without communication that you need to hold a flank and do it properly, and that guy did. So big ups to my blue team Yamato player. All right, so here's the last ship of the red team, the Pobeda. We are turning into his torpedoes. Great thing about these slow-moving torpedoes, you can turn into them. We did eat a little bit of damage there, but the opportunity is always there to negate those torpedoes by sailing into them before they become active. His profile here, though, is good in terms of preventing me from finishing him off. Unfortunately, We're getting overpens. Maybe it's my aim. Maybe I should have gotten more of a side shot. I just don't know what I could have done better here to take out the Pobeda. Although he was providing plenty of airplanes for me to shoot down, at the end of the day, time is ticking down. We are shooting for all we can at where I think the Citadel would be, and we're just not going to get the hits that we need due to dispersion, due to the angling of the Pobeda, and various other factors. We did get a couple of medals at the end there. Here we are on my favorite screen, the victory screen. That's right. Dreadnought medal, fireproof medal, clear sky medal. We ended up with 123,750 total damage. Shot down 42 enemy airplanes. 3 kills, and it looks like 4 hits to Citadel. 434,241 silver, 12,910 ship XP and commander XP. And that's down tier in the Flandre. You don't have any problem holding your own. I like the Flandre. Is it as strong as the JAUJARD? Of course not. But I think it is probably the second best French premium battleship at tier 7. There we are on the top of the board. 2608 base XP, 3 big kills, 3 medals. Again, good game to our teammate in the Yamato, good game to the enemy Yamato with the Kraken, but at the end of the day, victory overshadows all, and we won, and we were the top player on our team. Down tier in the Flandre, I'll take it. I will take it. And I hope that video is a good representation. Here's the upgrades. Armament Durability Mod 1, as I've said before in my other videos, 3 or less turrets, I would take the Armament Durability Mod. 4 or more turrets, I would go with aiming systems for these French battleships. Just my opinion on that modification. Damage Con Mod 2, that's pretty standard for a battleship. Target Acquisition System Mod 1. And in slot 4, the main battery Mod 3. In terms of the loadout, same as the Richelieu. 3 charges of the repair party, 3 charges of the enhanced secondary targeting, 2 charges of the engine boost. We've got that epic booster flag, increases our main battery range and movement speed, and decreases the consumable reload. Got that Type 9 permanent camo, and of course the Bastille Day 21 flag. Stats. Looks like 67,800 and change hit points, 32% torpedo damage reduction, 3 triple 380 millimeter turrets, 19.8 kilometer firing range, reload in 26.1 seconds, turn in 32.4 seconds, HE shells 5,400 damage, 36% fire chance, AP shells 11,900 damage. 2 sets of secondaries. Both have a 5 kilometer firing range. First set reloads every 3 seconds, 1,400 HE shell damage, 5% fire chance. Second set reloads every 12 seconds, 2,200 HE shell damage, 12% fire chance. I believe all those numbers are identical for the most part, except for the number of guns, to the Richelieu. However, this number, the AA defense, is much better than the Richelieu, and I think it's because they gave the secondaries greater engagement range. I just did a review of the Richelieu, but I don't carry over the number knowledge, so that is what that is. 36.1 knots in the water, 910 meter turning circle, 16.6 second rudder shift time, if my eyes don't deceive me. 14.8 kilometers on the surface, 12.4 from the air, 14.1 when firing in smoke. Here's a look at the armor profile of the Flandre. You've got a heavy armor plate in the front and the rear, but the Citadel is partially above water, above the water line. You know, we can put this bow back on, 32 millimeter bow, pretty standard. Turret faces and barbettes are heavily purple armored. I like that. Turret faces are not sloped. Even though the turrets are heavily armored, you will get them knocked out. So I do definitely recommend that armament durability mod. Side plating, I mean, this stuff's great and all, you know, but you still can't show your broadside. and that's the armor profile of the Flandre. Take a look at the commander. Just want to reiterate, I use Geprat as an inspiration to maximize the speed of these French fast battleships. I also would not use gyrating drill bits in row 2, as the penalty for that skill choice is a 10% speed nerf. Otherwise, these are the skills I would choose. Maybe I might swap out Fight Fire with Fire for Will to Rebuild as the legendary skill. I don't think I used it in this video, so that's a choice you'll have to make. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got the Flandre, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. I mean, why not? Everybody else is. And I will see you on Friday for that stealth Yamato build. Thanks so much, everybody.